In LA this week.
Expected to arrive this summer, a revolutionary idea in the community of Watts, where area residents will be invited to learn how to grow their own fruits and vegetables. This idea is being developed right behind me. I'm Gil Reyes with the story next.
I'm Anna Margot. So what do these beautiful eggs mean? Well, you might say Easter, but it's actually Nowruz. We'll tell you all about the Persian New Year celebration at City Hall coming up.
E-scooters are becoming more popular than ever. Find out the latest rules for riders. That's coming up. Hey everyone, I'm Yana Kay. Here's what's happening in LA this week. 70 formerly homeless individuals now have a place to call home as a new bridge housing facility opens in Hollywood. It's the second project built under Mayor Eric Garcetti's A Bridge Home program. It'll also offer a number of supportive services.
We are near the intersection of Schrader and Selma here in Hollywood, and we're opening up the bridge housing, which is part of the Bridge Home program, and it is temporary shelter for roughly 3 months at a time for any given 72 individuals for up to about 3 years.
This site was able to be planned and constructed within a year and a half, whereas our traditional sites that we've built have taken somewhere between 3 to 4 years. Within this facility, we offer mental health services, substance abuse services. Everybody will be working with a case manager who helps them identify a permanent housing solution or plan. And we also will be running therapeutic groups. We'll be able to bring medical services on site. There's showers and laundry. We also serve 3 hot meals a day, as well as snacks throughout the day for folks.
They'll have a safe space in which to just land for a while so they can re-emerge as a functioning member of society with a roof over their head.
The facility will be operated by 2 seasoned service providers with roots in Hollywood. The center is expected to be operational for approximately 3 years. Ever consider growing your own food? You'd probably eat healthier, save money, and maybe even make money too. Gil Reyes reports an idea sprouting up in the community of Watts.
What's being developed right behind me could revolutionize urban gardening as we know it. A community garden in Watts, where area residents will be invited to learn how to grow their own fruits and vegetables. Mudtown Farms is expected to open in June or July. Imagine farm fresh produce grown in your own backyard. Once this opens, this 2.5-acre site right next to the Jordan Downs Public Housing Complex will show locals how to do it.
We see it as an opportunity for aspiring entrepreneurs.
Timothy Watkins is president of the Watts Labor Community Action Committee, the group behind the $5 million Mudtown Farms. It will have apricots, peaches, and pears, also classrooms, so underserved young people from Jordan Downs housing complex next door can learn how to farm for themselves. But besides Mudtown Farms, where else could they grow? For starters, Watkins suggests the backyards of area seniors. Any leftover fruits and vegetables could be sold.
And get paid for it at the farmer's market, and so we're solving multiple issues. The senior gets what she or he needs, the kid gets what he or she needs, and we see qualified, quality, safe food.
In an area traditionally lacking in healthy food options, the Watts Labor Community Action Committee has another way to deliver fresh fruits and vegetables to underserved areas. All this hustle and bustle.
Yeah, so we have our free food distribution event today. We do it every first and third Wednesday of the month.
The group partners with Food Forward. It's a program that receives donated food from LA's wholesale produce market in downtown. And this is food already would have been traditionally discarded because of, it may just not look perfect enough for a grocery store, but still good enough to eat.
Exactly. But you can see that sometimes there's little imperfections on it, like a little bit of, a little bit of mold. But if you peel them off, the inside is still okay.
Okay, and so you would keep that. Once you would check the inside?
Yeah, you check the inside. So if you see over here, these are all pest and they're totally fine.
Yeah, those look great.
Yeah, and even if you look on the inside of it,
even better.
they're still good.
Yeah.
The center says if any edible parts are moldy or crushed, they're thrown out. Every distribution day, some 15,000 pounds of food is collected for senior centers, homeless services, and churches. Volunteers help make it happen.
I'm retired, so I have plenty of time, and I wanted to do something with my time that I felt would be good, not just for me, but for the community, for other people.
And once Mudtown Farms opens, there will be more opportunities for service. Food for the soul, food for others, and maybe even a little extra lettuce for you.
Mudtown Farms is expected to open around summertime. It'll take at least a year before fruits and vegetables begin to sprout. Well, you see them everywhere. Electric scooters parked on the side of the street or folks riding them all over our city. Even though they are legal to use, there are some rules you need to be aware of to keep everyone safe on the street.
Traffic and congestion in Los Angeles is one of the biggest issues for our constituents. Not just the folks who live in Los Angeles, but the folks who come and work here. For the city, we see the huge potential that these mobility can unlock, but it has to be done so responsibly. Rules include you must be 18 or older with a valid driver's license to access the system. You are encouraged to use a helmet, but not required. There is no sidewalk riding allowed at all. And when you're parking the scooter, you have to maintain clear ADA ramps, and they shouldn't be left at red curbs, yellow curbs, etc. The city is starting to provide vinyl decals on sidewalk to indicate where you should be parking. The easiest way to get a scooter is just walk up to it with a smartphone. All of these different companies have their own apps. Look at the name of the company, download the app, and then you should be ready to go. When you ride, be safe. You know, use common sense, and let's go ahead and act responsibly. You are still a user of the right-of-way, and so you should be treating your fellow Angelenos with the respect and kindness that they deserve.
Over at City Hall, Iranian Americans and city leaders came together to celebrate the Persian New Year, or Nowruz, which literally means new day. It's an annual tradition marking new beginnings.
Nowruz Piruz.
Nowruz Piruz, Nowruz Mubarak. The salutations of the Persian New Year are everywhere, as are the fruits and flowers of springtime, and of course, that Middle Eastern double kiss.
It means, I love you, and I'm giving you my love, and you give me my love back. It's a unisex kiss. It doesn't matter if you're a woman or man.
I kind of get into it myself. This is City Hall celebrating Nowruz, and the springtime flowers aren't the only thing decorating council chambers. A who's who list of city leaders stops in to celebrate not only the new year, but Persians and what they bring to our culture.
And I think it's a special time for us to seize a moment of unity and solidarity in a world that desperately needs both.
Whether it is the proto-beginnings of democracy, that only happened in Greece when it happened, as we know, in Persia. Art, which is often described later on as Arabic art, or even some of the Roman art, actually came first from Persian art roots.
I combined calligraphy with art and created a new style.
The Persian community has been a huge contributor to the city of Los Angeles in terms of culture and in terms of business success. Most of them came here with nothing, and yet they've become one of the most successful immigrant communities.
They are educated, they are kind, they are nice. You cannot compare a Persian community with Persian government. No.
The American people is very nice people. I love America.
And now on with the basic themes of rebirth and renewal. Even the clothes you wear here are supposed to be new.
Nowruz actually means new day. And it celebrates spring, it celebrates rejuvenation of nature.
Fish too? Yep, these signify life. And the eggs signify rebirth. The garlic signifies health. And vinegar for wisdom, but you don't have to drink it.
Many Persians in LA came here 40 years ago to escape human rights violations and the Iranian Revolution. Their biggest holiday, though, celebrates rebirth and harmony, a celebration that's kept going for 3,000 years. And by the looks of it, it could go on for many more. Meanwhile, one more kiss for the road.
One of the leading classical composers of the 20th century doesn't get the credit he deserves. Dr. William Grant Still was the first African-American conductor to lead the LA Philharmonic. As Gil Reyes reports, his life and legacy are profiled in a new exhibit.
One of the few places in the West Adams district to offer low-cost and no-cost art and music lessons is named after the first African-American ever to conduct a leading American orchestra. Today, this center continues to fine-tune his legacy. In the annals of classical music, the story of Dr. William Grant Still is too often ignored. Still is considered to be the African-American dean of classical music. There's a mission to remind people in his art center and its new exhibit.
He was born in Mississippi, grew up in Arkansas, and moved to Los Angeles to work in the film and radio and television industry. And he was actually the person who charted and composed lots of music for television and film. He did not get credit for it, unfortunately, and that happened quite a bit with musicians and conductors of color.
Ever heard of TV's Gunsmoke and Perry Mason? Still composed much of the background music, says Ami Motavali of the William Grant Still Arts Center. The exhibit highlights other Still achievements, like being the first black conductor to lead the LA Philharmonic, though Still's background was mostly blues music.
With the blues, a lot of times people associate it, unfortunately, with low culture, and he wasn't having that. He said, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a fusion of the blues into classical music.
What do we have here?
This is
stunning.
It's a beautiful painting by Noni Olabisi about Dr. Still's opera Treble Island, and the libretto was written by Langston Hughes and Verna Arvey. It's looking at the history of Haiti, about kidnapped people who were forced into slavery, and then the drums being the intervention, culture, music being the intervention.
Unheard of inspiration for European-based classical music of the 1930s. Curators turned to LA's Central Library for archives.
And I have to say, Alan Westby in the music department was a wonderful resource for us. He helped us get all of the sheet music, and I scanned the conductor's sheet music, so you see that in the room.
And it's Still's music that you can learn to perform on piano, drums, and keyboards as part of the center's annual African American Composer Series.
Knowledge of the composer as well as learning to play an instrument, and it's mostly for beginners, but it's pretty great what they get out of it.
Great and filling up fast. Join us for classical music lessons at the William Grant Still Arts Center at 2520 South Westview Street in LA's wonderful West Adams district. The exhibit and lessons are free.
The lessons take place through May 11th. May 11th is also Dr. William Grant Still's birthday. So how do you connect with your constituents? Well, one way is to have lunch with them. And that's exactly what Councilmember Paul Krikorian did. He hosted Lunch with Paul in Valley Glen, giving folks an opportunity to meet neighbors and learn about happenings around their community. And residents ate it up.
Well, today we're having another one of my events that we call Lunch with Paul, and it's a great opportunity to be able to support a local small business, and we invite our constituents to come out and chat with me, meet each other.
Well, the reason I come to these is, one, I'm very supportive of what he's been doing in our community, and it's also just the easiest way to get to him if I have a question. You can just walk up to him, tell him what you're concerned about, but he needs to hear your voice.
It's been a great treat for me to be able to have these with my constituents, and I think most folks enjoy this opportunity as well.
When it comes to scams, seniors are an easy target. But there are things you can do and be aware of to make sure you or your loved ones don't fall victim. Councilmember David Ryu and other city agencies held a workshop on how seniors can stay vigilant.
A recent Consumer Reports stated that seniors and their families are scammed out of $3 billion a year.
Oh, wait a minute, Harriet Victoria. It says you have to send $600 to claim your prize. I think you better read the fine print. Oh, no!
We started 9 years ago to inform seniors and educate them on a peer-to-peer basis about senior fraud. The most common fraud is the grandparent scam, where they said that a grandchild or a spouse has been a victim of an accident, or they could be in prison, and they're asking for the seniors for money. The IRS scam, the romance scam, anything on the internet.
That guy's young enough to be your... I know, but everything likes older women. Isn't he cute? Yeah, if you like babysitting.
There's all sorts of elaborate scams, and scams are constantly evolving. We know that seniors 65 and older are the #1 victims of fraud.
And we're going to stop this #1 form of elder abuse.
The Benvenidos Family Resource Center has a rich history of providing advocacy and support to the children and families of its surrounding community. LA This Week dropped by to check out their latest East LA open house.
Bienvenidos has been around for almost 35 years, and it started out as a foster care agency providing residential services for young infants and toddlers, and converted into becoming an agency providing foster care and adoption and a whole array of community-based services, principally here in the East LA area.
And what I do over here is I oversee all of our programming here in our East LA site, which includes mental health services along with Project Safe LA that really works on substance abuse, HIV, and Hep C prevention.
We're celebrating how Bienvenidos is now affiliated with Hillsides. We had a number of offices in the East LA area, and we've consolidated all those offices here. So this is sort of the open house of this new service center.
All services are offered for free. They're through Medi-Cal and other types of funding. And all you need is to come in and request services, and we provide the services for you.
Our overall goal is to have an important, lasting impact on the lives of all the children, youth, and families that we serve.
Fixing the streets of LA isn't just men's work. These strong women from the Bureau of Street Services prove they've got what it takes to serve as role models for non-traditional careers.
One of my biggest emphasis on the City Council is creating a pipeline for non-traditional careers for women to see themselves as future firefighters, police officers, and street maintenance workers. These are all really good paying careers, and there should never be a reason why women don't see themselves in this career path.
If you, as a woman, feel that you got what it takes to get the job done, this is a job for you. There's no signs at the door saying that you can't. You can.
Just to go out there and do it. There's too many opportunities out there for females, and they're giving us that opportunity right now. So why not take advantage of it? I love what I do. We're fixing the streets, and we're learning new trades.
Enjoy some jazz at Union Station, discover the next big food trend at FoodieCon, and walk for kids and for a good cause. All this and things to do. In celebration of Jazz Appreciation Month, LA Metro Art presents Jazz Tracks at Union Station. Spend an extraordinary evening of free live jazz, showcasing the next generation of artists. Headlining the next performances will be acclaimed jazz trumpeter Christian Scott. Jazz Tracks at Union Station featuring Christian Scott brings sweet sounds to its historic ticket hall, Saturday, April 6th, beginning at 4 p.m. Union Station is located at 800 North Alameda Street. For more info, visit eventbrite.com. FoodieCon returns to downtown LA. It's an edible extravaganza filled with poke, cauliflower rice, and upscale toast. Discover the next big food trends. Challenge and satiate your adventurous palate. Get 2 whole days of sampling, shopping, and demo watching at FoodieCon. The con happens April 6th and 7th at downtown's LA's Magic Box at the Reef and opens at 11 a.m. Located at 1933 South Broadway. For more, call 213-763-5806. The Los Angeles Ronald McDonald House wants you to Walk for Kids 2019. Join this yearly walk to support children and families of the LA Ronald McDonald House. Giving hope and help to more SoCal families is literally a walk in the park. So save the date and bring the entire family to Walk for Kids 2019, taking place Sunday, April 7th, beginning at 7 a.m. The walk happens at Exposition Park on 700 Exposition Drive. For more info, visit walkforkids.org/Los Angeles. Art challenges life in the latest production from the Los Angeles Poverty Department. In this show entitled I Fly, or How to Keep the Devil Down the Hole, the LA Poverty Department collaborates with residents of Skid Row to create provocative performances that confront vital issues and ask urgent questions. I Fly, or How to Keep the Devil in the Hole, will be running at the Red Cat from April 4th through the 6th, beginning at 8:30 p.m. The Red Cat Theater is located at 631 West 2nd Street. For details, visit redcat.org. Are you ready for fun with your favorite flowers? Well, Flower School LA Open Studios welcomes students who are interested in floral design and want to make a beautiful arrangement with the help of an experienced florist. This studio class provides the opportunity to create a seasonal, garden-style design while learning a few professional techniques of floristry. The Flower School LA is located at 223 South Los Angeles Street and will offer its next 2-day introductory series April 9th and 10th. For more class schedules or to register, visit flowerschoolLA.com. And that's a look at some things to do. If you're a health nut living or working near the Fashion District, listen up. The area's first ever weekly farmers market was just launched, offering a variety of farm-to-table produce and other good eats. Take a look.
Welcome to the California Market Center. We're on the plaza of the CMC for the weekly Wednesday farmers market.
This is actually the first farmers market ever in the Fashion District. This is the way that we activate our public space to engage with the neighborhood.
These markets are the mirror of their communities, and in downtown LA, we have such a dynamic restaurant scene.
That's the idea of farm to table. You go to the farm, you go to the farmer, talk to him, smell the product, try the product. After you can do your menu according to the quality and the seasonality of the product.
All you have to do is taste it, and you can tell the difference.
Because sometimes when produce goes to stores, you don't know how long it's been in a holding facility. Our stuff comes directly from the greenhouse to the farmer's market.
You're going to see a flavor profile that you're not going to be able to see at even the best grocery store chains, and we are so blessed here in Southern California to have so much.
A new exhibit highlights some of the freshest and most relevant artists working today. It's a feast for the eyes and then some.
We're inside La Luz de Jesus Gallery. Started out in Echo Park and then moved into Hollywood, and now we're here in Los Feliz. No. Right now is our 33rd annual juried exhibition. So with this exhibition, we had 900 submissions that we get. We pick roughly 60 artists to exhibit in the 2 spaces that we have here in the gallery. There's a wide variety of work. There's painting, sculpture, drawing. Some of the artists are established artists within the community, we'll say lowbrow, pop, surrealist community. And then other artists are artists that are still in school, in undergrad. There's definitely a variety of things that you'd see.
That's it for this edition. I'm Yana Kay. From all of us here at LA This Week, thanks for joining us. A reminder that you can catch us online at lacityview.org. We're also on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. See you next time for more of LA This Week.